The Barack Obama party foul. Next on the American Life League Report. Every year, the Al Smith Foundation hosts a big party. $25,000 a table, in fact, intended to raise money for various Catholic organizations. And according to tradition, the dinner honors political figures who are given an opportunity to poke fun at political issues, opponents, or even themselves. Now, if politics today was just about fiscal policies and basic philosophies of governance, this may be an enjoyable opportunity for political candidates to cut loose. But that was the politics of yesterday. Today, the very essence of politics has everything to do with morality. Everything in the American political process is touched by abortion, contraception, embryonic stem cell research, sex education, homosexuality, euthanasia, and now, the destruction of religious freedom. So even though the Al Smith dinner is meant to be an evening of comedy routines, this is exactly why the invitation of Barack Obama for the second presidential election cycle in a row is far from funny. Why? Because no matter how you spin it, this situation has everything to do with the massive scandals that Barack Obama carries with him wherever he goes. And what is scandal? The Catechism of the Catholic Church says, they are guilty of scandal who establish laws or social structures leading to the decline of morals and the corruption of religious practice, or to social conditions that intentionally or not make Christian conduct and obedience to the commandments difficult and practically impossible.
I think same-sex couples should be able to get married.
I am proud to sign a law that will bring an end to Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
When Republicans in Congress threatened to shut down the government unless we stopped funding Planned Parenthood, I had a simple answer. No. I am pro-choice.
In all situations, including the late-term thing?
I am pro-choice.
And I voted no on the late-term abortion ban.
We will lift the ban on federal funding for promising embryonic stem cell research. There will always be people, many of goodwill, who do not share my view on the issue of choice. On this fundamental issue, I will not yield, and Planned Parenthood will not yield.
People in defense of Obama's invitation to the Al Smith dinner like to remind everybody that Jesus dined with publicans and sinners. But there's a glaring difference. Jesus allowed the publicans and sinners to dine with him as a means of bringing them to repentance and to follow him. He wasn't hosting a big party to have a good time. Just imagine the outrage among widows of murdered police officers if the Chicago Police Department invited Al Capone to the annual policeman's ball and asked him to keynote the address. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. So when Catholics saw this picture of Cardinal Egan with Barack Obama at the 2008 Al Smith dinner, the impression given was how much high-ranking prelates in the church like and accept him. The question now is, will a similar photo op with Cardinal Dolan negate a thoughtful statement like Archbishop Lori's, who said, Catholics can't vote for a candidate who stands for an intrinsic evil? A national poll of Catholics commissioned by American Life League reveals that 55% of Catholics believe that inviting Obama to keynote the dinner sends the wrong message. Other poll numbers indicate 53% of Catholics believe that Obama's invitation to the Al Smith dinner gives the impression that the Catholic Church views Obama favorably. 50% of Catholics are scandalized by Obama's presence at the Al Smith dinner, and nearly 60% of those polled say that inviting Obama to speak at the Al Smith dinner will influence Catholics to vote for Obama. 60%. Bear in mind that only 54% of Catholics voted for Obama in the last election cycle. There are those who claim that the invitation of presidential candidates to speak at the Al Smith dinner is a tradition. But in 1996, Cardinal O'Connor refused to invite Bill Clinton because he didn't want to give a staunchly pro-abortion politician a flattering, church-sponsored platform. In 2004, the same decision was made regarding self-professed Catholic and pro-abortion presidential candidate John Kerry. With this kind of precedent, it ought to be clear that it isn't really about Obama. It's about putting Obama's scandal on a pedestal and parading it around. Let's face it, by inviting Barack Obama, the Al Smith Foundation has literally invited scandal to dinner. Remember, Jesus charged Peter with feeding his sheep, not the wolves. For American Life League, I'm Michael Hitchborn.